I'm Nancy Friedman, telephone doctor, founder and chairman of Telephone Doctor Customer Service Training. I recently had the wonderful opportunity of hosting our roundtable on communications, better communications, I should say, between franchisors and franchisees. And we had a shout out, wonderful crowd. Listen to who was there. Bruce Seidman, Tom Bowman, Jeff Abbott, Joe Merrill, Carl Older, Cheryl Baldwin, Elizabeth Sweeney, and Amanda Palm. Man, they were all so important, and the interaction between the 8 of them and me was just wonderful, and I give a good salute to them. But we did find out that more than 80% of the communication between the franchisors and the franchisees is, as you would expect, email communication. Now there's internal networks, there's Facebook groups for you to communicate with, but email seemed to be the priority. Excuse me, I have an itch on my nose, but that's okay, we're leaving that in. What we also found out, well, let me say before that, I had the opportunity to interview some of the very largest franchisors and some of the smaller ones, both franchisors and franchisees. And everybody had the same, not complaint, but the same points. So there was nothing really new, not terribly out of the box, things we know, but we don't know what to do about them. How about that? The main thing from the franchisees was too many, too often. So we have a little information on that and ways that you can cut down. The calls that you all make on your monthly or bi-monthly, wonderful. The Zoom calls at least can be recorded and sent back to the franchisees so there's no mistaking on what you said. But let me go over the email frustrations because there were many. The number one email frustration was too many and too long. Too many, the franchisees, too many and too long. And even some of the franchisors, and they said, Nancy, I know they don't read our emails. So how do you get somebody to read the email? You do a little different. Number one, and some of the things we found out, the number one frustration in all email across the country, whether it's corporate America or franchising, is poor spelling and poor grammar. So do a triple proof on your spelling and your grammar, because once you misspell something or do something that's not great, and you that's the word I'm looking for, I can't think of it, poor spelling and poor grammar, I'm sorry. Once you get too many of those, there becomes a not trust. What's the word for not trust? Dick, what's the word for not trust?
Distrust.
Distrust, okay. My cameraman there, he knows everything. So the spelling and poor grammar was one thing. The other thing that I suggested was color coding some of the paragraphs. In other words, keep your paragraphs short, succinct, and not as many words. You don't need to write a sequel to Gone with the Wind. So when you keep your paragraphs short, either number them or bullet them. And then color code. Consider color coding, something that is ultra, ultra, ultra important. Color code it red. Use the stop signs, red, yellow, and green. Yellow meaning read at your leisure, and green meaning important, use as you want. You can make your own color codes up. That was just an idea. So color coding, bulleting, and numbering was good. Less words, more concise was very important. And the other thing that we all seem to agree on is that when a franchisee gets an email that says there are going to be some changes made, they go up in arms, and who here likes change? I mean, it's one of the hardest things in the earth to do. So we created a word, a telephone doctor. Instead of changes in our office, we make improvements. And you'd be surprised at the acceptance of the word improvement versus, we're going to make some changes around here. We have some improvements for our franchisees. And then bullet points, I'm repeating that, bullet points or number them. Keep your messages succinct. It's hard to say, succinct. Again, it was a wonderful round. There were so many good ideas. These were the top 5 that floated up. Roundtable folks, if I've left anything out that you feel is so valuable, please join in. And if you weren't at my roundtable and have an idea, let's share them. IFA, thank you. You did a wonderful job. We had a little technical glitch, but honest to gosh, we went from their platform to a Zoom meeting, and it was fabulous. I thank you all. It's a pleasure to be included. Make it a great day. I'm Nancy Friedman. Thank you.